Live.
Hello. You're so excited to see my smiling face again. I already know it. Welcome to episode 3. They're entering the second half of Chase the Crown, a Thirsty Swords Lesbian's actual play. With me today, I have my lovely cast, my lovely complete cast again, and I will allow them all to introduce themselves before we jump back into the game and get started. Uh, Mark, my usual first victim, please take it away.
Oh, wow. Hey, everyone. My name is Mark J. Uh, yeah. First I'm gonna say happy birthday to Aaron. Yeah. Besides that, you can find me on Jesus. You can find me with my brain between my ears, usually between the hours of like 9 and 5. But anytime after that, it's a big risk to have me on anything. When I'm not here, I'm on Everham Adventures. Really dope show. Y'all can check us out. And find me on Twitter. More the merrier. You're muted, Max.
Let's throw it to Theta.
Hi, I'm Theta. I don't know what to say. Oh God, I'm always bad at this introduction bit. You can find me here playing this game. Currently I'm not really in anything else, but in the new year I will be in a Star Trek podcast, as well as some other things if we release them early on. I don't know. And you can also find me on Twitter at bingsujung, where I just kind of hang around talking about TTRPGs and talking about school, or more accurately complaining about school.
AJ, who are you?
Hi, my name is AJ, also known as Sushi Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. Happy birthday, Aaron. All my stuff that I'm going to be in is happening next year, and I can't say anything about it because we haven't done any promotions for it. So, yay. But I do have commissions open right now. If you give me $5 and a script, you can commission me to say holiday greetings to you as Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God.
It can be as cursed as you want, or it can be wholesome as you want. It's a great time.
Everybody, thoughts and prayers for AJ not to get sued.
Well, isn't Mickey in public domain now, or something like that? I don't know.
That doesn't mean anything to them.
It doesn't on the new year, so I think it hasn't quite hit public domain for another 8 to 9 days.
They're not gonna miss $5.
Also, Mickey's voice is not in public domain.
All right, Aaron,
anyway.
Look, it's my rendition of Mickey, so it's actually Mackie Mouse.
Yeah. MICKEEY.
MOUSD. Okay, Aaron. Who are you?
All right. I am Aaron Tierney. As previously mentioned, it is my birthday. You can find me on Twitter at Vales Edge Games, and I talk about games, make games, lots of stuff. I'm also on itch.io at Vales Edge Games, so come check it out.
And I am Max. I am Arcane Goth on the internet, and in this game, I play everyone that isn't the 4 of them. And I am now going to give you a little recap of what happened last time. Our party got ready to leave the castle, then actually proceeded to do so. They rode southward to the town of Salt Hollow first, where they went into a local establishment. All kinds of different things happened. Sawyer performed. Julien rolled up their shirt sleeves. We got some information about what was going on here, some folks that passed through town, general this, that, and the other thing. everybody decided to continue riding further south to the town of Durin, which is like the next major city to the south from the capital. Far more industrialized than the last one that you'd been in. And during this time, Huatien also had decided to ride ahead, see if any information could be scouted about where y'all should be going. And our party caught up with them just at the end of last session. So we are currently on the shoreline outside of the city of Durin, and I'm going to start by asking Huatien to make a roll plus wits to see what information may have been discerned, unless you have a character move that you want to use from your playbook to do so.
I mean, I do have... actually... No, I don't have something for this. Never mind, I'm good. I will roll for that. Where did I put that?
Come be a part of a once-in-a-lifetime celebration filled with once-in-a-lifetime magic you don't want to miss at the Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Celebration.
7.
Only through March 31st.
Okay. So, with a medium success, I will give you 2 pieces of information, one piece that they already have found out on their own and one piece that they have not. You found out in writing forward through different means of tracking that the people that you're looking for have pulled into the city of Durin. Obviously, they know that also because they've stopped here, and I presume that you guys have conferred a little bit. Just as the thieves have been disbanded that were attempting very unsuccessfully to bother you, because they were a bunch of squabbling idiots is the term that I would use. The thing that you were able to figure out that they might not know is that, as I mentioned, the city of Durin is rather industrialized. It is large and densely packed. It has kind of like an estuary that goes in from the ocean and turns into a river as it heads upwards through the town. Or the river flows down to the sea, but if you were going in, you could follow it up. I'm rambling while looking at a map. You found out that they had mentioned something about crossing a bridge, or maybe in communing your spirits, they had mentioned crossing some kind of bridge, and so you know that they are on the cardinal directions are confusing. You know that they would be on a specific side of town based on the fact that they would have to cross the bridge. So the further side from where you are now, that half of the city is where these folks might be. That's all.
All right.
I guess I'll start heading towards them. Yeah, I'll start heading towards these people and just be like, oh well.
Okay. All you guys have is a general direction. So if you want to head into the city, that is
Oh no.
Oh,
Ah!
just Max
Action.
froze. Normally I freeze.
Oh no.
You froze for a
you're
second
right.
there,
Yeah,
Max.
you
Now you're
froze.
back.
You're back.
Okay, I have the Ethernet cable, because another game that I'm in uses Riverside to record, and Riverside hates my computer, and the only way to get it to actually even give me everyone else's audio is to plug the entire house's internet directly into my laptop.
Damn.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that
Yeah.
it's sleeting.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
let me know if that's a problem again, and I will plug in the Ethernet cable.
It also doesn't help that it's storming and sleeting outside.
Yeah, I'm having my camera's just lagging for me, but is it lagging for everybody else?
It's lagging for me.
Yes.
Right now it is.
Yeah, it's weird because it's lagging for me, but nobody is lagging for me, and my Wi-Fi is fine. I have Ethernet, and it's not storming where I am. It's Southern California. It's fine. This camera's just lagging, and I don't know why, because I don't think the sound is lagging.
No.
You haven't invented rain in Southern California yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. I think it's just this old fucking camera being a piece of shit on me.
Anyways, so,
How much of what I said did y'all catch before I cut out?
Something about cardinal directions.
Oh my gosh, you missed all of that? I was going! There was like 2 minutes after that. I was like, no wonder nobody is talking back. As I was saying, the thing that you had been able to discern that they hadn't is that maybe from communing with spirits, overhearing, spying, something like that, you overheard the folks that you were trailing talk about going over a bridge, meaning that they would be past the bridges of the city that go over this river. So you have cut the city basically in half where you are looking for them.
Okay. I know where the rest of the people, like my people, are. The rest of this party.
We've met up, yeah.
Oh, we've met up. Yeah, I think Quatian will kind of announce that and be like, I've managed to get it to half of the city, so that could help, though that is quite a bit of the city left to still look through. Got any plans?
I mean, that's half more than what we knew, so...
I think you mean half less.
Well, yes.
Well, Sawyer, have you ever been to the city before?
Lorekeeper? Have I ever been here before?
I guess how much do you think Sawyer travels?
I feel like Sawyer travels fairly often within the kingdom, but like their whole thing is like they're kind of destined to just stay in the kingdom, and Sawyer does not want to do that.
Okay, I mean, this is still within Alabaster. This isn't even too far from the capital. This is like a New York to Boston situation. So with that, I would say you definitely would have been here. Maybe not a ton of times. You probably don't know the city super well, but you've been here. You have a general like familiarity.
Gotcha. Well, I've been here before, but not too often. I know where we can get some...
Nowhere to go for information?
Well, I know where we can go get some good rest and just make do for the night, because we just kind of did. It is like the middle of the night, almost the middle of the night now that we came in.
Yes, it is late.
Great time to go to a bar.
All right, let's make it a pub crawl then.
And we head to the tavern.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't...
What taverns are there?
Okay, so as you guys head into the city, I'll give you guys a little bit of a better visual. Darren is kind of like at like the peak of industry and production and like the invention of new mechanical things for the kingdom of Alabaster. Maybe the world to a certain degree. but you also can't really compare apples to oranges when it comes to technology, just like in real life where different civilizations made different stuff that was, cool in all their own rights. So like I said, the city is very densely packed. You have buildings that are a little bit taller than probably you're used to, definitely taller than in Salt Hollow, that are kind of in like townhouse-ish or like main street kind of arrangements. So there's like clusters of shops or clusters of residential buildings. People can get around various ways here. So there's a lot of like smaller carriages like that are drawn just by like one horse with a jockey like pulling a carriage behind it in the streets, as well as like a main like trolley kind of system that goes perpendicular to the river on the northern end of the city. There are some things that are powered by like coal and steam here, and are slightly less reliant on magic as other technologies that you have seen in the capital. And the city starts to get less dense as you get north. So when you pass that trolley line, it actually spreads out a little bit. There's some more residential area, as well as some production area, and it eventually kind of fades off into the woods. I told myself if I did one thing, I would get a map for this place before this episode. I did one thing to prepare.
As we're passing through the industrial area, Julien is not okay. Like, in Redania, like we have cart and book and technology of that nature. We have clock, the mill.
I like the implication that it's just one.
Just the book.
Just one. There's one book for everything.
Yeah, it's the book of the ancient way. It's all we need. It's all we require to survive.
I think in comparison to that, Hua Tian is looking delighted because Hua Tian does tend to work with magic and technology. And so in comparison, they're just kind of looking around, happy and vibing and like, oh, this is really pretty. That's really cool. Not seeing whatever the fuck is going on with Julien's disdain.
Hua Tian, what do you understand any of this? It's a lot. Why is that thing on fire? Why is it smoking?
Oh, they'll put that out eventually. Don't worry about it. It won't harm anyone.
People are in that thing with wheels, and there's no horse in front of it. I don't understand how it goes.
Well, it goes. I could explain it to you, but I have a feeling we don't exactly have time for that.
You're probably right. It's just a lot for me, and you seem to be taking it very well. You're very comfortable here.
Yes, I study this sort of thing.
I see.
Have you not seen much of this before?
Ooh, this activates one of my playbook moves. It's called People are People, and when I talk about my home, I get to roll plus heart. And then I have some options. So I guess I can roll if I find my dice. Yeah. 11. Ooh, that's good. So I get to choose two things. The first one is I get to admit a flaw about my home. We don't have this type of technology. We find that the ancient ways are best, and we don't need those kinds of things to survive. I guess we're simple folk, but we are better for it in some ways. The air is cleaner, the water is cleaner. I'm 200 years old. Look how young I look. I gain +1 forward also.
So, yeah, +1 forward is like you have like an extra one that you can add to a future roll.
Ooh, nice.
So
Okay,
yeah,
and
if you roll a 6 and it's the difference between passing and failing, you can add it. Or if you roll a 9 and it's the difference between that 10 plus to get the better result, you can add it.
I like it. And I also get to lie about my home to impress a listener. Wow.
Look at all you've learned about lying.
I know.
You
much
learned
feel
what
like-
lying is.
I feel like that last bit
Literally
was a
this
big lie.
day.
Yeah, really. I'm an expert now. I feel like all of that last bit was a big lie. Like, we're probably not better for it without the technology. I think we are a lot worse for it. Yeah, it's both a flaw and a lie.
Is it? I think the question Huatian would have on that is, well, not me, both. I guess Huatian would be trying to figure it out. Is that a lie that you, Mark, think is worse for, or Julien?
I think Julien, looking at the world around them now and kind of seeing the open world, is like everything I've maybe lived and done before this is kind of a lie. Like a lot of stuff that we are told to believe is not really true.
Well, I certainly like it this way. There's never-ending things to learn about.
It certainly has its comforts and charm.
Yeah, it does.
So, as y'all head into the city and start to look around, do you guys want to find a tavern that is on the side of the city you think that your targets are, or do you want to keep a distance and stay on the other side?
Probably want somewhere closer.
Yeah, I say we've narrowed it down. Let's use that information.
Yeah. I also figure half of the city's still pretty big.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it was worth asking you guys where you wanted to go. So kind of following the sign, seeing where the people are, it's pretty late, but you know, the popular spots will still be busy. You find kind of like a square of the city. It's off of like the main grid, kind of separated by larger pathways, with some of the most like popular boisterous stuff inside. So here you will find a bar called Hyde's House of Steam, and it is a very strange looking thing. Like if a building could be like lopsided in different directions but still look good, very kind of like stacked up and mismatched with all kinds of bells and whistles. And it is there are lots of people coming out of there. There are people out on like not like the lawn but like the outside that are like still standing there with different kind of drinks that come in like weird like bulbous glasses and with like little stupid umbrellas in them. There is music coming from inside already rather loudly, and the torchlight is clearly on. So they are open for business, and that is where I am directing you, unless you want somewhere less fancy.
No, I think this is good.
This is chill.
Just
This is nice.
Sawyer is just gonna march right in there, go to the bar and just be like, 4 rooms, please.
So an attendant gets to you fast enough. He goes, for separate, and starts looking through a book. Says, we've got 3.
Do you have 4 beds? Beds at least?
Yes, some of them have double beds. Yes.
Cool, that's fine. 3 beds. Is
That'll
fine.
work. Okay. No, 4 beds.
I mean, 3 rooms It's fine.
Okay, so it's easy enough. You can pay that with the money that you made from performing in the last bar, or money that you had residual. One night is not too expensive in a setting like this to stay. Yeah. The inside of the place is kind of just as you expected. There's kind of like a basement-ish, like a subterranean kind of thing below the bar, and there are windows within the bar that look down on it. In there, it's like a gauntlet kind of thing. Kind of like imagine if a bar in real life had an American Ninja Warrior course, except it's a fantasy setting, so it's like more dangerous and cooler. There's one of those down there. People are going through it, and it seems like people are like betting on it, and that's where a lot of the action from this bar comes from. The actual bar, like where the food and drink is served, is like in like a big like circle in the middle of the place, so people can get to it from different directions. And the music is coming from a 4-piece that are on like a second floor balcony stage.
All right. We have rooms, but before we retire for the night, I think we should scope out the place.
Who wants to take what then?
I will be at the bar because concert is not great for the throat. So I'll be hanging back. And Sawyer will just turn and walk to the bar area.
All right. Trish, I think, is going to try to blend into the crowd that is watching this, like...
There's nothing to blend into here. There is very little that you could do to stick out.
Right. But yeah, just going to go among the crowd and, like, try to... How loud is it down there? It seems like a fairly, like, boisterous area.
Watching the gauntlet?
Yeah. Down at watching the gauntlet.
Loud.
Okay.
Like, surrounding that window is where, like, the loudest sounds other than the band itself, is coming from.
She's gonna go down there and sort of, like, try to find people who like they're regulars, or maybe like they know what is in the know, and just be like, hey, you come here often? Over the noise of the crowd.
You just want someone that looks like just looks like a regular. Do you want there's a bunch of different people you can pick out, but mainly the divide is that there are people that seem to be like running the betting, and people who definitely have placed bets, if that makes sense. There are facilitators of the betting, and there are bettors.
I think I'll go for bettors first, or
all right,
or focus there.
Okay. So you find your way into the crowd, and you ask the nearest bettor. This is like your move now. If they come here often.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is worth making you roll quite yet. But I will, I'm gonna roll a D100 on the friendliness of this person. Mostly so I can roll the D100 ball. Okay. It is over 50. So The person looks at you and kind of regards you briefly. Goes, yeah. Over the crowd, like, if you're looking for the bookie, and they point you out the person who is taking bets.
Oh, no, I was looking for my friend. And I'm just going to, like, in general terms, describe the princess. Like, nothing that would, like, be like, I am talking about the princess, but, like, if you've seen her, you might have remembered someone who looks like this.
Nothing revealing that you're in love with her.
Nothing intentionally, at least.
You know, she's about this tall, long, brown,
Gorgeous.
luscious hair, smells like strawberries.
And
Probably the
happiness.
nicest person you're ever going to meet.
You just
Sometimes
get
predicts the
lost,
future.
get lost in her eyes.
All right.
You all bully
Kind of a
me.
queen, but not, you know, the
Okay.
actual queen of the kingdom. The only.
All right,
not.
I'm cutting off the bullying because it's Aaron's birthday, but it was funny for a moment. So you give a description, and the guy's like, I didn't see anybody of that sort around here. Did she come in with you?
No, she might have gone somewhere else. Okay, bye.
Strange.
Hey, just don't engage long enough for them to form an opinion.
This reminds me of a story that I am now going to tell as an anecdote from my life because I love getting off topic. When I was in the 6th grade, when I started middle school, the school was bigger, obviously. It was some random place. It was the very first day. I didn't know anybody. And so I was trying to find my way from class to class, obviously, and I got lost on my way to history. I didn't even have history class before this. I never had history as class. And I just remember walking in, and everybody else in the class was there but me. And on the board was the quote, "You never get a second chance to make a first impression."
Gosh.
As like the day's lesson. And I never forgot that, but point being, an opinion has already been made. AJ, you said that Sawyer is going to the bar.
I think Julian's
For
gonna
anything in particular?
follow,
Okay, cool.
Sawyer as well.
I think just being casual, just like listening in to people. I don't necessarily think that these, because it's a big city, what's the likelihood that the first bar that we hit up, there's someone gonna know exactly what we need? But just listening on to conversations and just
yeah, give me a roll.
boy.
I guess we'll do plus yeah, I guess we'll do plus wit again.
Okay.
Actually, you could do plus wit or plus heart, just as you were listening. And Julien, if you're there also, you can do the same thing, to see if you hear anything of note about the princess or otherwise.
I got a 9.
Okay.
10?
All right. And what stats did y'all roll with respectively?
An 11. Plus 1 for plus wit.
Okay, so wit.
Plus 1 with wit, yeah.
I got plus one for wit and heart, so I'll just say heart.
Okay. So Sawyer, what you hear is actually kind of ironic. Around the bar, kind of the people that you are standing behind to like get like a seat at the bar, is like this group of like young guys, probably like barely teenagers or barely not teenagers. And one of them is like drunkenly lamenting about how he was supposed to be the one to marry the princess and he's not even at the coronation, and how devastating it is, how she'll never know who he is, just like in like a complete like sad boy breakdown.
Just some nobody kid.
Yeah. It's just like a group of guys. I guess I can't tell you whether or not they're nobodies because you don't know who they are, but you didn't see them at the coronation.
Bunch of nobodies because they didn't even get an invite.
Then Julien with an 11 in wit. You are kind of, tune into the people to the left of you for a little bit, you tune into the people to the right of you a little bit, just kind of getting an idea of what's going on. And eventually, two people who have come over from the like the bedding area near that window kind of slide in for drinks, and you catch them mid-conversation. One of them goes, waste of my fucking money tonight. And everyone goes, I know, it's shame. And puts some money on the bar for their drinks. The bartender seems to recognize them, and they don't need to like speak in order before it's like they're acknowledged and it's being made up. Like, I had no idea that those, what are they, soldiers from Larimar? Oy, like, they've been demolishing our team all night. And they are essentially very distressed about this loss of money in the betting pool, based on some not like some irregular, like not regular competition that has come in from Larimar. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, these are like very strange people to Julien, like betting on this like ninja warrior shit. So Julien's gonna try and figure out a person. We want to know, like, why are they doing this? Why would they not, like, why aren't they at home reading under the candlelight or something?
Oh,
something normal. So I guess I'm gonna roll for it. Ooh,
yep.
That's a 9. So I get to ask them 2 questions, and they can ask one of me.
Wait, you cut out slightly. Did you?
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 9. I could ask them 2. They could ask me 1.
Yeah.
My first question for them would be, excuse me, gentle people, have you heard of the ancient way? What are your feelings of the ancient ways?
These 2 people turn to you and are so jarred at this like question, and they're seeing you, and it's like, oh my, like, what is happening right now? So they both kind of stare for a moment, kind of blink, and eventually one woman speaks up, and she goes, the ancient ways, like the
Of Rudania. I know we're not in Rudania,
sure.
But maybe you've heard of them?
If you've come as like a missionary, to speak to you as gently as I possibly can, I don't know if this is the right place for your recruitment.
Oh, well, I'm actually here to do some research for myself to find a new way of finding myself, essentially. I just want to know what other people think about it. I'm kind of at a loss to what to think about it myself.
Their drinks come to them. I'm kind of just like, this is like a thing. It doesn't really hurt to answer. I think for most people. So, I can go ahead and explain. It's like, the ancient ways are, or however you call them, aren't very prominent in Durin. I've never met anyone who follows the ancient ways. Have you? And the other person kind of shakes their head and shrugs. No, I haven't. I mean, it's something that like you hear about in passing as a kid, like in school, but beyond that, we don't know much.
We were told the ancient ways are very popular in every nation. This is very strange. My second question for them is, I get a special question, I think, for my seeker thingy. Oh no, that's only for fighting. If I decide to fight them, it's a special question. My second question would be
all right, good to know.
What do you love the most? What do you love most? Well, if you're not familiar with the ancient ways, then what is it that you love? What do you love most?
On stream, I think in this moment, I think Sawyer is not like being like putting herself in the conversation, but just kind of like drinking and like looking forward, but fully listening in on this conversation now.
Yeah, this is weird. This is like weird stuff to ask someone at the bar, right? Like, are you religious?
Yeah, this is like the first one. It's like kind of like, okay, like someone is asking if you know anything about their culture. They're in a new place. Okay, what do you love? Is definitely
so if you don't follow Jesus, what do you love? What
do you love?
What drives you? Okay.
I've definitely had people ice break questions like that to me, like, "Oh, what's your biggest fear?" Like, fuck off! I'm having a drink.
Well,
I think that's
not
on
like
this
your
level.
first. That's not like your first or second question. That should be like your like 7th or 10th question once you've had like 2 drinks.
That's facts. That's facts.
I think what will happen, what do I love most? And we'll say gin, and Clink the other one's drink, and they both laugh and take a few sips from their glasses.
If that is what you love, then Sawyer, buy me a gin.
You've been called in.
All right. Oh, okay.
Buy me 2 gin.
Let's slow down.
Oh my god, wait.
2 entire gin.
2 whole gins.
Yes, the normal amount of gin.
I rolled to see if they recognize you, but you don't. They don't.
They don't recognize me?
It's too dark. Too.
You know what? I have a playbook move of "Don't you know who I am?"
Oh, do it!
And
no.
when you meet someone
Okay.
who knows you by reputation, I decide. I roll heart, and then I say 2 things they've heard about me. If I roll a 10+, or 7 and 9, I say 1, and then you also say 1.
All right, go ahead.
Look, I after like the first couple of times, I was just like, I don't think I chose very good moves, but this is my time. Cool. So never mind. They don't know who I. No, that's a 7 actually. I don't know how to math. So
Okay.
I say one thing that they know about me, and you say one thing that they know about me.
Okay. So what are you saying that they know about you?
I think they... I think they recognize that I am... Like, they can recognize, like, this is, like, an entertainer type. But then when they realize that it's Sawyer, I think they know that at certain times when I perform places, things can get a little rowdy. Just a little kerfuffles here and there during the concerts and whatnot. I think they would probably also know just like that I don't come down here that often.
Yeah, okay, so I'll give it to you. They hear your name, and while they don't immediately recognize your face, they hear the name and then kind of like see you and start to put it together. And so one of them says, "Oh, Sawyer, you're not Sawyer Day, are you?"
Sawyer Dev.
Oh, that's my bad.
No.
That's my bad as Max.
No.
Yeah,
That's me.
yeah. We saw them, and she starts to nudge the other one. We saw them last time we were in the Capitol for that wedding, and and the other person goes, "Oh shit, yeah. You crowd surfed the groom straight all the way through and they start to spin a little bit of a tipsy tale about a wedding that you had performed at, in which you basically had the groom crowd surfed all the way from the back of the room to the stage to get up and get on stage with you.
So is that your thing of what they know?
I think that's gonna be my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that you're at quick Mark random name generator.
You're not. I don't think you would be expected to know the names of every client that you perform for.
I know. I just wanted to throw a name.
Okay. We just want the random name generator back from last week.
Cal L Beetlejuice.
Ah, Cal L Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy wedding, and I only remember that because that is such a good name.
Oh, yeah. You know, he actually used to get bullied for that when he was a kid. We're cousins, and they start to kind of go on this a little bit. Like, how do you two know each other? I didn't know that you were of the old faith. You...
Oh, no. They're on their
Breakening.
What do you keep on calling it? The
Breakening.
The Breakening.
A break and awakening.
Yeah. So I'm their sponsor for it.
I don't know. Why don't you just open with that?
Well, I don't really like to talk about it that much. Actually, I like to talk about it all the time. It's kind of my sole purpose of being, but I'm trying to get away from that now. I'm trying to be someone new and different, and not the person I used to be. You know, that's part of why I'm here.
She wants to open up more. She wants to be able to figure out things on their own.
Yeah, and where's my gin?
I mean, it's
2 gin.
2 gin.
3
right.
gin.
No. I'm cutting you off at 2.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
Actually, you should open open with that. And why don't you do better than us? You want to make some money?
What do you mean?
So we sponsor a team that runs the gauntlet, and they point towards the window every other week. And usually we can put money on our own people because we know that they're good, and make back a profit. But today, some jerks from Larimar are in there in this like annoying like matchy garb, and they've been wiping the floor with everybody. They smoked the returning champion like about 40 minutes ago. One of them checks a watch. Everybody already placed their bets and they just like totally dark horsed it. But if you go in there, you still might be able to make a quick buck.
Does that kingdom name sound familiar?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, Larimar is one of like the 4 major kingdoms of the continent. It is where Prince Micah is in line for the throne.
Hmm.
Well, what do you say, Sawyer? We're here for the night. We have nowhere else to be.
Yeah.
It could be
this obstacle course seems fun.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe that's something that you're really good at.
Yeah, it could be. It could be my whole new thing. Maybe I'll just never leave here. This could be my new home right here.
I think the gin comes at that moment and sort
of.
We've learned fashion, lying, drinking, sports betting.
That's all I need to live. And
what else is there?
Their gin. Her gin.
All right. I want to check in now. I'm hoping Theta can hear us.
I can.
Cool.
Okay. Do you have any idea what you would like Huatien to be doing in this wild place?
Yeah, I think Huatien is going to go be as blunt as physically possible and just go to talk to the bartender who theoretically has information. Theoretically. They're a bartender, right?
He has what?
Theoretically has information.
Oh no.
Oh, is my audio not working now?
It cut out for me, but that might be my computer.
Theoretically have information is what they said.
Oh, so we're looking for somebody who theoretically has information.
The bartender.
The bartender.
Oh, the bartender.
So I was making a joke about talking to
Okay, that was the part that I missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, Huatien will just be like, no, I'm gonna go talk to the bartender. I will do what I do badly and talk to people.
All right. Yeah, there's more than one bartender on duty. You can grab one.
Yeah, I'll go grab one. Huatien will just kind of walk up and be like, hi, I was hoping if I could ask you some questions.
And the bartender kind of like double takes you, but working at a bar, you get all kinds of weird requests. So they're like, I can't guarantee that I'll answer, but you're welcome to ask.
Perfectly fine. Have you seen anybody by the description of, and I think Huatien will just kind of rattle off the princess's description, not outright saying, oh, this is the princess of, the kingdom we're in.
It is not to my discretion to disclose information about our patrons.
Give me a second. Okay, never mind right now. Apparently I have to go deal with them. thing again. Okay. I'm sorry. My parents are home and they're asking me to do things.
Oh, like IRL things.
Yeah, IRL things.
That's okay. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick.
I was going to
officially
say,
plugged the Ethernet cable into the computer.
can I ask, or can I go up to the bookies and ask some questions?
They definitely are more calm than everybody else, also because they don't actually need to watch the fights or the gauntlet, or they don't need to watch anything that's happening. They just have to know the results and distribute the money afterwards. So they are in like a slightly secluded, like more secluded area for this bar. I would say like the main bookie that you'd probably speak to, or the one that I'm going to tell you that you can find, is at like a small circular table meant for two people, but he is the only one sitting at it, and he has kind of like the books are spread out on the table. They've got like a pen between his teeth as he's like counting things up.
Oh, hey. So I was wondering, what are the odds right now?
Actually, the odds on which?
Oh, I don't know. Who's the favorite to win?
You're visiting. Cool, cute. This guy is pretty young to be a bookie. And it's definitely like a little bit like out of place, like a Milo Thatch kind of type. So it's weird to see a guy like that keeping bets. But yeah, he goes immediately like pings the fact that you are not from here, and relax, people outside my door. Kind of like flips a page and goes, usual favorite to win on a night like this is Caldwell. But right now, there's a group that came in, particularly one person came in and registered as, and he flips back a page, Regent, who's doing pretty well. If you bet now, you're not going to make as much money as you would have if you bet before they started, because the numbers have been changing all night. You can see like in his notebook, it's like a disaster. Like you've never seen handwriting like so like small and crowded, and like he doesn't have an eraser because he has a pen, so there's just like all kinds of things like crossed out and like written over everything. But yeah, I would say, unfortunately, takes his pen back and scribbles something else on. Regent to win the current fight, and probably the next challenge too. If it's any indication, we're going to be doing this for a few more hours.
So Trish is like immediately catches Regent, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's like, oh, wow, what a fancy name. That's like a king, right?"
I think that it's somebody who takes the place of a king. But the dude definitely isn't a king. I think he might be kind of like a fanatic of the dude who rules Larimar right now. It's like very worshipy and strange. I don't quite like them today.
Dude
actually.
who rules Larimar, like Prince Micah?
You're really not. No. He what's it? He's too young. So it's his. No, it's not his dad. His parents died. That was the whole thing. I think it's his uncle.
Oh. And he's in the fight right now?
No. I think it's like a namesake thing, like an I fight for him kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, that guy Regent is in the fight right now.
Yeah, or I don't have his real name. we don't ask that kind of stuff.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure I can figure it out. And she just like, yeah.
If you're gonna try to book it, he's gonna grab you.
I'm gonna try and get away then.
Okay. It's not I guess it's not like a too much of like, it's not like an insistent grab, like it's not threatening, it's like more interest. Like he's gonna reach out to be like, no, don't go. If you want to bolt like without like potentially like being followed or like drawing more suspicion, I need you to create like some kind of excuse or make like a really good defy disaster roll.
She's gonna just turn back and just like, oh, I just want to see how it goes before I place any bets. You know, you said you'll be here for a few more hours, right?
You're not getting away with this without a roll.
Okay. I'll roll. What do you want me to roll?
Look, Milo Thatch likes you. Milo Thatch Booker.
Do I have any moves? No.
I guess we have different options we can use here. I guess we can just call it entice, because you are like trying to create agreement here.
Okay. That what is entice is plus.
I think it's plus heart.
Plus heart.
I think, yeah.
Well, I'm not good at heart, but that's still a 10.
Hell yeah. All right, so
you gain a string and they choose one.
Yeah, you're gonna have a string, and he's going to kind of give in to what you want, which is letting you go. At the mention of like the fact that they're gonna be there for another few hours, he like combs a hand through his hair. It's like already messy, and it just gets worse. He goes, "I'm gonna fucking be here till sunrise," and starts like flipping to the back of the book, and he goes, "Yeah, go. Let me know if you want to place anything, but seriously, I would do it soon."
All right. Okay. And she's just gonna go and try and find like get in close to the where she can watch the competition.
Yeah. I want to check in again with Theta now because they are back.
Hopefully I am back.
Yeah. You wanna, before I zoom in on this thing, because the other characters I think are at a point where they might converge there. You wanted to talk to the bartender. The bartender that you spoke to told you that they are not at like discretion to reveal information about the patrons here. And that is where we left off. So any response to that?
I think I want to. Yeah, I'm checking something. Yeah. Plot Tien, I think, is trying to figure out now if that is something they're saying because they, how do I put it? Is this something that they are saying from the point of view of somebody who is like, we cannot reveal if this person is here or not, or this person is here and thus I cannot say anything about that?
You can roll figure a person out.
I figured that was what it was going to be. So I was trying to pull up that move as well because I realized I don't have that easily available right now. Where did it go? Sorry, I'm singing as I try to find it.
It was nice.
Thank you. There we go. Okay. So that's plus what? Do I have anything for this? No. I mean, I do, but then it would be conspicuous and it'd be obvious that I'm doing magic on them. I'm not gonna make it obvious I'm doing magic on a dude. Oh, damn. 13.
Damn.
Boy, vey.
Breaks the game.
I rolled 2 6s accidentally.
Accidentally. All right. So yeah, you may ask 2 questions now or later in the scene. So I presume one of them is like you want to know like the truth of the situation.
Yeah, like is this a matter of, are they trying to say they cannot like tell me anything about patrons, or are they telling me that like it basically, is this an implication that the princess is a patron or not?
Okay, so I will tell you like over the table, because there's no way like in character that the bartender like would be able to tell you this, but you can discern it just like using your insight skills that they are actually, they're saying this like as an employee, like they can't disclose information about patrons. If you came in with a name and asked them, is so and so staying here, they wouldn't like be supposed to tell you. That's not the right phrasing. They wouldn't technically be allowed to tell you either. But then there's also kind of like the fact that you come to understand that this place is busy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And for the bartender to be able to pick out one person, unless they were incredibly eccentric, it would be unlikely for any singular bartender to remember the face.
So they just don't know.
They just don't.
Because Huatian's other question would be, where, like, this isn't a question for figure person out. This is like the Huatian's actual, like, I have a question. I had questions to ask you. Would be, where would somebody trying to hide hang out? Not like go to hide, but to hang out.
Are you asking me, or this would be
Huatian's basically? Okay. Second question. Like,
so this is like what you're asking.
Yeah, where would somebody go to hang out? Not necessarily to hide, but if they were hiding, where would they hang out in the city?
I think this will definitely get you a suspicious look.
That's fine. I look suspicious, I know.
Yeah. But I think before they answer this, he'll ask, are you with law enforcement?
I was just thinking... Bro, you a cop?
If you're a cop, you have to tell me.
Yeah, that's what's going through my head. It's like, no, I'm not a cop. I'm not with the law enforcement.
Because if you were with law enforcement, you would have to tell us.
First off, that's not the law of the land. Secondly, no.
It's my land. I made it up.
Well, Dan's like, first off, I could still lie, but secondly, no, I'm not with law enforcement. I am simply a sorcerer, mage, wizard, witch, whatever.
But you're looking for somebody.
Yes.
All right.
You don't have to be law enforcement to look for somebody.
I cannot argue you on that. Look, it is just a random page. It is the law of the land that if someone asks you if you are a cop, you have to answer truthfully.
It's like, I could still lie if I was a cop, but I'm not.
I have heard so many jokes about that I don't know whether it's actually true or not.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
No, where does it come from?
Dumb idiot fucks.
I don't know.
Honestly, I think
Movies.
It came from probably a movie about two guys
Probably.
being high, and
That sounds right. Made in like the 90s or
like
2000s or whatever.
2000s.
All right. So after a moment of consideration, be like, all right, I guess I'll tell you. If I wanted to hide from somebody in Durant, I would probably go up to the yards. You'd want to go past the trolley line up north from here on the other side. But this side of the river. That's where the yards are. That's like a little bit remote. If I wanted to get lost in plain sight, I would be here.
Well, that narrows it down to 2 places. Good enough. Sure, why not? What do you want? What do you love the most? What do you want? What can I give you for helping me answer these questions? You think I'm the second figure person now to just be nice?
We didn't have this conversation.
Okay. Who are you?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Sorry, it was an attempt at a joke. Good day. Well, good evening.
All right. We have people converging by the window.
Yeah, Huatian will go just look for the people and be like, yes, where are the other people I know here?
The rest of your party is kind of ending up there one way or another.
Yeah. Just really suspicious, really suspicious.
Looking down through the windows, you can see that it's not like quite a fight right now, but it definitely is like a race against the clock to kind of get through some physical obstacles, like built up brick that needs to be demolished, stuff like that. This dude that likely is the one that the bookie mentioned is like significantly ahead than the opposition in what is currently going on. So you do see that he does bear like Laramar's crest on. It's kind of like military or militia, like casual clothes. So he's likely of their kingdom's guard forces, or whatever you want to call it. This guy, that or he stole the clothes off of someone who is.
Oh, hey, Sawyer, wow. I'm a big fan. What a coincidence to see you here. And also you, other person that I don't know.
Are you
Hello,
lying
Sawyer.
again?
I just realized who your character's like in my head, and it makes me so delighted.
Who?
This one character from Star Trek Picard, he's a Romulan. He never lies because he's from an order of Romulan nuns who cannot lie and they sword fight. And that's all your character is making me think of now.
Oh, yeah. With
Yeah.
In Wheel of
with the
Time,
ponytail.
the Aes Sedai can't lie, like once you take your oath, and there's like a whole like art basically of them like learning to tell the truth, like that isn't the truth.
Oh, that's good.
No, the Romulan order just doesn't even do that. And one of them was the one person who was raised amongst them is like, oh, are we lying? Every time he's so excited. He's like, oh, we're lying now, weren't we? And they're like, oh, buddy.
I love it. Simple characters.
Anyway, down there, have you seen that guy? That is apparently the regent or regent. Maybe there's no the.
There was no the when it was relayed to you.
Right, there's no the. But is like obsessed with Prince Michael's uncle.
I'm just wondering how long you're gonna keep this up for you to realize that no one is paying attention to us.
Nobody is paying
All
attention.
right,
to
whatever.
Also, we were seen coming in together. If they were paying attention to us, I doubt it would matter at this point.
You all have no sense of operational security.
I do.
As of right
Certainly
now-
we came in together.
As of right now, like Britney Spears could walk into the bar, and I don't think many people could notice.
Huatian, Trish, have you tried a gin?
I don't drink.
I'm
Ever?
having a gin.
I mean, I've tried it. I'm more of a whiskey girl, but sure.
I've had a sip, but I don't drink.
It's magical.
Okay, how many gins did you
One.
allow
Literally
Julie?
just one.
I had one a gin.
A single
We
gin.
need to find a buddy for you other than
I
Sawyer.
mean, we're gonna go do the obstacle course.
Oh,
You're gonna
no.
do the
No, you're not doing the obstacle course.
I can do it.
Actually, Sawyer, you're fine. Julien,
No, what
why
if this
don't
is
you
Julian's
just sit
thing?
down? No.
This could be my thing. A gin and obstacles.
You're going to die.
is
That's true.
actually I have a sort of meta question.
I'm ready.
Was this obstacle course seemingly designed for people with legs?
I
We forgot.
don't. Okay, so I think it's just like there's kind of just like a lot of stuff down there, and it's definitely at a point like in the night where it's in so much disarray where it's not truly designed for anybody.
Would it be advantageous to not have legs and have?
I think in some situations, it definitely might be advantageous. In other situations, maybe not.
Isn't it deadly?
It's just a little bit more dangerous than American Ninja Warrior.
No, it's not.
Amir-
It's dangerous, but it's not deadly.
Okay.
They have I've said this in the chat, but I will reveal it to the public. Heights House of Steam is like not something new to me. Heights House of Steam is the first one shot I ever wrote. I wrote Heights House of Steam as my audition for our Emerald City Game Masters Guild, which is the first place I ever worked as a professional game master. So I've run it in a lot of places, and typically I say that there's a cleric on standby. So I will stand by that and say that there's a healer in the box somewhere in case somebody really goes down.
Yeah, it's
Healer
fine.
in a box. Better let him out.
And
And we're gonna go to break. Yeah, no, me and Julian are gonna run the course.
Oh, together.
All
So,
right.
I mean,
We're
Wait.
I don't know
going
if
to
they'll
need
let us go.
Are you
together,
gonna
but-
run against each other? And can one of you throw the race while I put a bet?
Oh my god.
Huatian, can you
Okay,
support me
it's
with your
an
magic?
honest.
I'm not supporting anybody with anything.
Magic. Support me.
Cast your own. Well, then unfortunately no magic for you.
Mm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but about rigging that match.
More
Oh my
lies.
god.
You don't have to be the one who lies. We can, like, Sawyer could lose if you want.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
could just sabotage you and then you could lose. That's also an option.
And just as you get to this point in the conversation, there's some ringing of some bells as the like task of whatever whatever challenge was happening is completed. You notice like the brick structure in front of this competitor Regent is demolished. Most of the other competitors had like about a third or a quarter of it left. And he is kind of taken as victor for this, and it looks like things are going to like a brief break in there. Competitors kind of branch off out of you, and people like employees start to come out and clean up the mess. You notice the bookies table, people kind of all start to migrate and crowd the poor guy to get the payouts on their bets.
So,
if you want to run, I think I have an in with the bookie. But you're gonna owe me.
well, you better bet correctly, because I ain't rigging it.
Fine, I won't. But I think I can see what I can do. And I think, yeah, she's going to try and like push through the crowd and just be like, hey, and then realize she never asked his name and probably would not remember it either.
So you see like the workings of a well-oiled machine. Like it's like the exact opposite of when you look at my dog and see that there's like nothing in her eyes. Like the world is in this man's eyes as he's just like distributing like stacks of like coin and other things, like very mechanically, like this is yours, this is yours, this is yours, you owe me this is yours, this is yours, moving super fast. And he acknowledges you. He's still looking at his books, but he acknowledges you and he was like, you're back, what's up?
So would it be too late to put to have some people compete in the games?
You watch his hand slow for just a moment as you say that, and then keep distributing, flips a page, keeps distributing. You technically still have time to sign up, but the only thing left tonight is the one-on-ones. So I really wouldn't recommend it if you're new to town.
What would that be if there were two people that wanted to sign up?
They would both go into one-on-one matches in a fighting tournament.
Oh. She just like stands up over the crowd, like she's not taller than the crowd. She like sort of tries to jump and, hey, you guys want to fight each other?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I mean, what better way to get information than to fight the people at the bar?
So many better ways to get information.
And then you see him go at a bet and start like counting money, like a exceptionally large stack, and hand it over to somebody, and then back to his work. It's slowing down a little bit now. He's almost done distributing.
And she leans down and it's like, okay, so their names are Julien and Sawyer Day. And
Sawyer Day, like Flames of Love, is here.
Oh no, that's Sawyer Dev. This is Sawyer Day.
Coincidence.
And also
Oh, but isn't it funnier that way?
God.
And also, and she's just gonna hand over some money and just say like, put this on Julien.
And as it finally slows down, he turns to like a new page that's for the fights, and there's like a scrawled like list of competitors. He writes two more people's names down, And he goes, they do need to pay an entry fee. Do you want me to take it out of this?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So if we're working in just like standard fantasy units, like pieces of gold, we'll say that it's like 3 gold each in. How much money on top of that 6 do you want to put down on Julien?
Let's say double more than that. So three gold each, so 6, so 18 gold.
Oh, okay, cool. In this case, he will be impressed at the hefty bet. He'll take it. He'll start counting it just for the sake of being thorough. Be like, you must be rather confident in this, Julien.
Yeah, I sure am.
What a load of confidence.
I believe it. I believe it.
And she's gonna return and just say, like, I thought that, between the like warrior priest and the musician, I'm gonna bet on the warrior priest.
I'm more of a priest warrior than a warrior priest.
That is information I could have used 30 seconds ago.
I'm not a god warrior. I'm a warrior of God.
This episode has gone in such a different direction than I had imagined.
Oh,
no, don't be sorry. I love it. I think we could run these fights and then break, or we could break and then run these fights.
I think break then run the fights.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Great. We'll go and break. BRB.
All right.
do.
Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good break. And now you've returned to end your nights watching my train wreck. So, Trish has just signed Julien and Sawyer both up to fight in these one-on-one classic fighting ring style battles. There's some time in between here if you guys want to talk about anything before the opponents are revealed. They have to do a random draw and write them up on like a board.
Yes. I've never fought for sport before. We've had to kill some apostates in the past, but never for entertainment. This is new to me.
Just casually
Wait, hold on.
We killed them.
Hold on,
Some
wait. Yeah.
apostates.
I've had a gin.
Oh boy.
Just casually killed some people, it's whatever.
I did not factor in alcohol tolerance to my bet. Okay.
That's why Hua Tian, I'll fully say that's why Hua Tian was like, oh, you're gonna die. Because a normal American Ninja Warrior set while drunk is a bad idea. You will get a concussion.
I love
a
it.
Slightly more dangerous American Ninja Warrior set while drunk feels like a
They're
death.
just gonna fight.
But the thing is now it's not even American Ninja. We're just
Yeah, we're just fighting.
Scrapping.
Oh no!
It's
straight
the
up scrapping.
octagon.
We scrapping.
Oh no!
Winner takes all.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
One snake enters. Well, Hua Tin, if you can't support me with your magic, can you support me emotionally, at least?
Can I support somebody emotionally? Debatably.
Oh my god.
I had to check my stats.
It would mean so much.
Let me check my stats real quick. Can I
We'll see
emotionally
if I
support
can roll
someone?
that
That's why I leaned into look like that. Because I
Could
was
you
like, wait, what?
imagine this in real life? Like, could you give me some emotional support? They just like pull up a menu.
Hold
Like,
on, bro.
Pulls up character sheet like, okay, what do I have in heart? 0.
Let me see if I can
Debatably.
find some of that. If I got any leftover support for you.
Debatably.
the matchups are revealed. There are a few matchups that will take place during the night. Julien, you are up against someone named Evie Jane Sanders.
Did you-
AJ. What?
What was that name?
Evie Jane Sanders.
It sounded like you said EB Games Sanders. I was like, what
No.
in the franchise?
Here's your name generator.
Say Evie Jane Sanders. Okay. Sawyer is up against Regent.
Gasp.
We determined this over the break, folks. By random roll. There are a few other matchups also. It's not like these are the only two things going on.
But those aren't important.
But these are the important ones because it involves y'all.
All right. So the deal with this regent guy is that he's from the same kingdom as Micah.
So yeah, he's from the kingdom that Micah is is supposed to inherit. And he's wearing like what would be like the military like casuals.
But this guy is obsessed with the uncle.
I mean, there's no confirmation. This was a theory that the bookie, who Trish still never asked the name of, man, I make a cute, competent nerd. And you all just like throw.
You can't ask their names. You get attached.
I told you his name. It was Milo.
I'm demisexual. I have to get attached.
It's Milo.
Miles Teller?
No, it's Milo Thatch Booker. That's his name.
Right. I can't even remember what you originally asked me.
It's no, so the rumor is that he's like
I told you that he's obsessed with
the uncle.
The uncle, the king.
Oh yeah, I was saying that's like a theory that is had, not like technically confirmed information.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You also, I presented it as confirmed information. Like, you don't know it's a theory. Whether you decide to trust me or not is
a game. And what we know is that he's kind of been here cleaning up shop tonight.
Yeah, he's been wrecking.
He's won like the vast majority of the competitions tonight, and has not competed here before.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is the first night he's ever came here, and weird. Okay, cool.
What about Evie Jane Sanders?
You want to ask around, make like a general roll?
Yeah. Yes. I think so.
Okay. You can roll with whatever stat you want to gather this information if you can justify to me why you're using the stat.
Gonna use daring, mostly because I've never used it before.
You're asking the bold questions.
Yes. Like what yeah, like what is true to Evie Jane Sanders' heart? Like something like that.
Tell me what you roll.
Oh. Of course I drop it. It's a 5 on one and a 1 on the other. So it's a 7 total.
Okay. With a 7, you just succeed. You're able to get a little bit of information. Evie Jane Sanders is an occasional participant around here. Not in every single like week's like festivities. But lives in Durin, comes by often enough. She is like a smith by trade. So she's pretty strong. And so she likes to come by when like town is busy to see who comes through. It's just for you. It's just for you, AJ.
You can't just
it's just for you.
You can't,
I give and I give.
That's not
I give.
You put in a blacksmith and I'm not fighting her. It's unfair.
It was up to the dice, my king.
Unfair.
She's sweaty, covered in oil.
You lucky son of a...
It reminds me of a TikTok I saw, but I definitely can't talk about it on stream, so I'll tell you after.
I can't believe you get the smith and I get the freaking...
But aren't you happy to be moving the plot
It
along?
advances the plot, yeah, I was gonna say.
What about the plot?
The plot! I missed the plot!
I worked hard on this plot!
I missed the plot! Apparently the plot's going to Julien!
Okay, so yeah, that is what you gather.
Okay.
I
like that.
All right, so let's do, because it's not like the plot fight, let's do your fight with Evie Jane Sanders first.
Okay.
So this is how it's gonna go. You have like fight moves. So when you seek to incapacitate someone with violence specifically, you roll with either plus daring or plus grace. If you get hit back, you stagger, which is like a reaction, and you will take a condition. I'm going to pick a playbook real quick, and I am going to roll against you as the characters respectively. I made that mistake twice tonight. I don't know why.
It's very respectful.
And yeah, let me grab those playbooks. And yeah, so it'll be I'm gonna say 3, like the first person to 3 successes in the interaction will win the fight, if that sounds fair. And you can also use non-fighting moves if you want to taunt, or if you happen to have any kind of like supernatural shit like you're trying to pull, that is also welcome, and that will take the place of a traditional fight roll.
Okay.
So you head down. Everyone who is competing is kind of like ushered kind of like down some like side staircases. They are real thin passageway, like single file kind of passageways that go down into like staging areas. You are given like the rules for this fight, kind of given like the general information of like, if you get hurt, this is like where the healer is on standby, this is like how the payouts go, etc., etc. You are brought out into a ring to have this fight. Now, Aaron, it's your birthday. How much will AJ suffer as I describe Evie Jane Sanders? Pick on a scale of 1 to 5.
Let's go 5.
Okay. So I hate how fun this is for me, and I'm so sorry.
What's gonna happen is that Max is now gonna go to my private Twitter, go to my likes, and just pull up one of the pictures I've liked.
I was just gonna go off of like my general knowledge. I could do that.
That you would have to shift through a lot.
But I don't want to test the Wi-Fi any more than I already am. Is the truth. So Evie Jane Sanders is a pretty big lady. She's just about 6 feet tall. Pretty well built. She has like a medium brown hair. It's like almost blonde, kind of like the actual color of caramel itself. And it's long, but she has it tied back. It's a little bit messy from the last competition. She has a few scars, mostly burns, that are like on her arms from smithing that you can see kind of through like the wraps around her hands for the fight. She had makeup on. It is a little bit messy now from the sweat. All right, ding ding.
Ooh, I know that I did bet on Julien, but I kind of want her to win now.
I'm just like, good thing I wasn't in this fight, because I definitely would have lost.
Yeah.
I think on the way down to the area, little fighting area, Julien would like snatch a drink out of someone's hand, and as the ding ding hits, like, and then like smashes the glass on the ground.
I think some staff members who like recognize you as being what they perceive to be formerly of Radunia are like so hyped about this. Like,
what
you being haphazard is getting everybody on your side.
I did not teach them that. That is not that. They did that by themselves.
I am Julien of. Oh, I'm my own person now, and it's really hot in here. And Julien starts to like take off their sweater.
Oh my god!
And they're just wearing like a really simple like t-shirt, but it's like the most skin Julien's ever Sure.
The band is instructed to change the music accordingly to be more suspenseful as Julien removes their sweater.
Add a better one. It's like an Under Armour shirt, like really tight, body fitting, like that. It's like it's kind of hot if it wasn't this weird dork. Let's see. So how do we roll the moves? So the fight begins. Ding ding ding.
Yeah. So if you're looking to traditionally fight, then you can do plus daring or plus grace.
Julien, is it like weapons? Or like hand to hand?
I think it makes the most sense if this is just hand to hand.
Okay. Ooh.
As much as I want there to be weapons, it makes more sense the other way.
Okay. Julien rushes forward and locks arms, like locks bodies with this big, sweaty Smith person. And Julien like inhales, like gets a whiff, and it's like
so strange.
Wow. Julien says, I'm gonna try to actually entice, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you describe to me how that is working? What is you're using entice for what reason?
To like disarm them emotionally.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to do a freak out.
Sort of, yeah. Julien asks her, I've heard you run a forge, but what is it that sparks your true heart's fire?
The Fire Emblem nonsense of this.
Oh, then I get the roll. I have to roll for it. Plus heart. Ooh, that's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call that a success. Because you gain a string on them unless they decide to choose one, and any of those things would put them in a disadvantaged position. So I think she will get flustered and awkward. Definitely being thrown off, like expecting a first hit and being hit with like a strange question instead. Like, huh? So that is 1 victory on you.
Yes.
A successful roll is a successful roll. All right, I am going to roll an attack for her. I roll standard attack because like these people are here to fight. I'm gonna do plus daring because the stat block I chose is better. That is also a 9. We'll be like, dude, what? And just like slightly confused in earnest, but knows what she's there to do, and she swings and she will land scrolling up. Choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1. So she will, through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Instead of take an object from your opponent to seize a superior position, I think it's more of like a metaphorical, like you were going to be able to swing first, but she was able to take it and thus throw you off your guard. Where are the conditions? Where did they go? I had a list. Would you think that how do you think Julien would feel about being hit like this? I want to...
Oh, like punched or like...
yeah, like after being swung at.
Ooh. From this person, it would be like, ooh, one more time. A little bit harder.
All right. I'm gonna give you angry then.
Ooh.
Here it is. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Frightened, guilty, hopeless. Okay, angry is on here. Okay, so right now you'll have -2 on rolling figure out a person.
Damn, that's what I was gonna do next.
Till the fight is over. But you now roll again. You're 1 success for 1 success.
Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out anyway.
That's fair.
No, I'm gonna try and entice actually. So Julian's gonna like, like a snake, like boa constrict, like wrap around them.
Cool.
And
Epic.
as we like wrap around them, Julian's like, "Oh, you're so strong and muscly. What do you do to? Ooh, how are you? What? How are you so strong and warm?"
Thank you for signing up for this show, Mark.
Oh, you're welcome. Is that a threat? Jesus.
No. It was just so wonderful. Tell me what you roll.
Oh, so like, yeah, I feel like this is breaking everything Julian's ever done in their life. Good thing for this HN. That is a -2. That's a no.
No, not -2 because you're doing entice. You said
entice. Yeah. Which is a hard move. That's 6. A high, super high 6.
that is a failure. I will remind you that you have a 1 forward if you want to make it a success.
Sure, I'll use that
push you
1
to a 7.
plus 1 forward. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Because in the first round, she was already like flustered a little bit, so a little thrown off the game.
Yeah. So I think that whatever like weird flirting tactic like you're doing, it's like working. And she's very like thrown off by it. Out of everything that has happened to her in a fight and off of and like outside, I don't think she has ever quite experienced this. Very much the are we about to kiss right now? That meme was another success for you. I think she is going to try to figure a person out.
Oh, no.
Let me just get her stat for wit. So I can roll that. Dangerous game I'm playing. And with her -1 to wit, that's a failure. So she staggers back, tries to like get a question out, but she just ends up like, are you, is this what? It doesn't really come out right.
As she's asking the question, Julian's around them, like kind of constricting. Julian like squeezes a little tighter as they.
Yeah, she definitely seems uncomfortable. At 1 more success, because she failed this round, you will automatically win, because even if she succeeds, she'll still be a success behind you at the end of the round.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Julian's gonna try to entice 1 more time.
Okay.
And she's gonna say, you're not all bad. After this, we should lie and get a gin. And lie again. That's an 8 plus. Yeah. Something's an 8.
Okay.
Plus heart. Wait, sorry. What's my heart? Yeah, plus. Oh, it's a 7. So it's 7. Yeah, -1 for heart.
Okay, that is still a success. And so you've been like constricting, and you notice she's confused, but also like kind of running out of air.
Mm.
And so this is what eventually gets her to tap out of the fight. I will say that the bets were almost an even split, with the familiarity of Evie, but also the curiosity about you. Actually entered a fight, gained probably more bets than people would have expected on a new competitor. So yeah, she taps out. Do you let her go when she taps?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Very, very slowly. It's very like.
Okay. She twists, and like her back makes this like horrible like predator like cracking noise.
Ooh.
Like that's a cool trick you got there.
Thank you. I learned it by following the way, but now I guess I have other ways to use it now.
Not that I'm gonna have any money to buy you, but you want to have that gin?
Yes, I would like 2 gin. One for me and one for you.
All right. She's still coughing from like being boa constricted. Evie, I do run a forge.
I am Julien of myself.
That's dope.
Julien, you're so strong and muscly.
You did say that. I guess I am.
And why do you smell? I'm not going to talk about that, but
I want Sawyer so badly to just be like, tell her she's hot.
Wow. Which one of my like religious precepts would that go against?
All of them.
Yeah. So one of my commandments is like no intimacy until after a monogamous. Oh God. Hello. Monogamous marriage.
Academia.
Monogamous sounds fake. If you can't even pronounce it, sounds fake.
It does sound made up, and maybe it is. I basically broke
this used to be a joke that I make more, but I'm in a monogamous relationship now that I'm really happy, so I'm not gonna make any jokes. She will, as you guys kind of like leave, as the staging for the next fight happens, like politely ask one of the like staff attendants as like things are being cleaned up to bring you guys the gin so you can watch the next fight and talk. These kind of roll around, and eventually we will get to Sawyer versus Regent. Let me scroll to the stats I'm going to use for Regent.
So during Julian's fight, I went over to the musicians.
I am so shocked by this. Wow. I did not think that you would do this ever.
And I give them each 3 gold pieces.
Very kind of you.
To play very like upbeat.
I know what song I want you to say.
What,
if you I finish your sentence first because I want to see.
I was gonna say an upbeat jazzy like song.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
Istanbul Constantinople. That like that song. Yeah.
Have you seen the I don't know if the movie actually came out, but Sing a Bit of Harmony?
No.
There's a scene that I'm basically going to do from that.
Okay, so. Cool. But we can get you some upbeat jazz and head into your fight. Getting a closer look at Regent. Regent is one of those younger soldiers who hasn't quite come to understand the brokenness of a system yet. I know it's tragic. It had to be a little tragic if I made it up. He's also a bigger guy, which has contributed like to his success throughout the challenges tonight. His hair is pretty, short, cropped to his head, and he looks. Roll a d6, just one.
Me? All right.
Yeah, you.
5.
Okay. With a 5, you can discern, or with most numbers you rolled, you would have been able to discern that he is smashed. He is so drunk.
I've only had one whole gin.
Oh, you had one. I thought Julien just had. Okay.
I drank one whole gin. I did not drink another gin. I only drank
one unit of gin.
I only drank the other gin because Julien was trying to get 2 gin, and that's.
Okay, I see. That's where the other one went originally.
To get it anyway.
And now, yeah, Julian's now getting that second gin.
Listen.
Well, technically, second.
When
gin,
Julien comes a knocking, the Hendrix answers.
And Julien did steal a drink from someone else.
True.
which we do not know what it was. So
it's also true.
Whatever it is, it was working for them. Same deal. You will get player advantage to make the first roll of the fight. 3 successes to a win. You can make fighting rolls or non-fighting rolls.
So Sawyer's just on the field, just no weapons, right? Just
no weapons.
So just Sawyer's just kind of like bouncing, like back and forth. It's like, so you're Regent, huh?
Are you rolling something with this, or you're just looking for an answer?
Just seeing if he answers.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, didn't know that was gonna be a fight, but fighting's kind of like is all about feeling the rhythm, and just kind of like snaps and points to.
What kind of Ruby nonsense?
And
okay.
I think
Yeah, you gotta let me know what that first roll is gonna be.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it's gonna be. Like, for some reason, I'm looking at call on a toxic power, and I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. But, I'm just gonna go in and start punching.
Okay, so you're gonna roll like a traditional fight roll.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going with grace, though.
That's fine.
Because I may be a bigger gal, but I'm graceful as hell. Hell yeah. That's a 10. Choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1 to apply to you in response.
All right. So, you can choose 3. They are slightly excessive, so we can adjust as needed. But yeah, the list is flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition, create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
I think So I think I come at him fast with through violence, inflicting a condition, and I think he will try to I'll do that. I want him to be kind of like distracted by the music a little bit. So I guess I'm gonna provoke him.
Yeah, I think the condition that I'm gonna give him is insecure because he is surprised that some schmuck was able to land the first hit on him.
This is like, come on, step, and turn.
Okay.
And,
so go on.
He's like, come on.
So you're provoking.
Yeah, it's like, come on, if you lose your cool, you're gonna lose your balance too. And just provoking the opponent to gain a string on them, and also creating an opportunity for my, well, I guess I don't know what object I could take from him to get
that's also that can also double as taking a superior position.
Yeah.
So you have gained advantage by utilizing the musicians, the talking, by landing your hit.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yep.
I will I will actually roll with disadvantage because you landed a success of over a 10, which I don't think we ended up with in the last fight at all. It was all 7s to 9s on both ends. So I will roll for him, and I will actually take what's worse for this first swing. I actually rolled the same exact roll twice, so that is fine. So that's still a success, but a lower success than you with an 8. So he will counter, kind of like trying to cope with his own insecurity, be like, oh, you think it's funny to play games down here? And he swings back at you harder, and it hurts. So I am going to inflict a condition on you, and it is gonna be, I would want it to be frightened, but you can't exactly run away here, and that's what you Wait, where is the technical explanations of the conditions? Here it is.
Yeah, fear, run away, and leave something important behind.
Oh god, you get -2 to fight. With frightened. So that is what you will have for now. I will say that if you land another hit on him, you can clear it. That will be my fairness in that, to regain the confidence. He will also like re-seize superior position by like making you stagger back with how hard of a hit he's given you. So you're 1 for 1 right now also, and it is your turn to roll again.
So he said did he say he said something to me, or did he not, or was it
he taunted you with something like oh, you think you're funny, like
I'm hilarious. Man, I don't. I'm hilarious and fun. Don't you know who I am? And I'm gonna roll hard with my "Don't you know who I am" roll.
Unbelievable. The temptation, I just had to use your government name over this. Make the roll.
That's a 9.
That's a success, I believe.
Yep.
So for no, that should be in here. Stop lying to me, computer. Stop making that noise at me. Thank you. Don't you know who I am? You say 1, GM says 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you pick from it's your list, so.
Just, fun, lovable, entertainment. Sawyer Dev. Just kind of like like when he punches me, just kind of like stagger back, but then just do like a whole bow.
Okay. So he does recognize you because it's a success. He kind of like and spits and he goes, I know exactly who you are, Sawyer. And huffs. You're like, as you are staring at him, here's where the plot comes in.
Uh-oh.
You are like beginning to actually catch recognition. You know that he knows you because he was at the coronation 8 hours ago as guard.
Okay.
All right. And we go again. That is barely a success. Just barely with a 7. So he will keep hammering back at you like a very scary kind of like fire and anger. I'm not going to inflict more condition on you. We will just call it a second success.
Okay.
Like to keep it moving. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but you cleared the last one, so because you did land, you succeeded back at him, so you're cleared of frightened now.
Oh yes.
Also, Mark, you would be cleared of angry as well because your fight is over. I didn't say that yet.
All right, love it.
So, is there like a kind of like link of recognizable that is like, ooh, I know you were at the party?
Yeah, the thing that you see on him that makes you recognize it is he has like a distinctive scar that's like just below like his jawline. That it's definitely like a battle scar, like somebody tried to slit his throat and he lived through it or something like that. It's very like conspicuously placed, and when you see it, you remember seeing it over someone's dress shirt, like over one of the guards' dress shirts, and that's how you put it together.
All right. So, okay. I'm going to do fight again with Grace.
All right.
And, can I utilize the string that I gained on him?
Yeah.
Because
you can pull it.
What will that do?
In this scenario, tell me what you want to do first, and I will tell you how it's gonna go.
I want to get in close.
Yeah.
And just kind of like run my thumb against the scar. and just be like, something so recognizable is hard to forget.
That will definitely get inside his head. So I'd say you can pull a string and you can re-roll whatever, like you can roll this one with advantage.
Okay.
And if you can get like a 10 or over success, I will find a way to make the match end with you as the winner.
All right.
God, thank God I needed that advantage. Oh my God, that was horrible.
How bad was it?
It was a 2 and a 1.
Boy.
But now it's a 6 and a 5.
Hey, nice.
Hell yeah.
Yes, on a lower than 10 success, the fight would have continued, but it would have counted as a success. But with an 11, you... Plus, I don't even know what stat you were going to add to that, but it probably would make it better.
So it was just +1.
12. You see, like, you've, like, hit a nerve in him that is, like, wrong.
Oh,
And,
and then
like,
I'm gonna sweep his leg and make him land on his back.
it looks like he's about to, like, wail on you. Like, he's almost, like charging up. Like he's coming in with, like, this... He's coming, like, metaphorically, he's coming in with, like, this super powerful swing, but, like, the inertia of his arm moves him away from you just long enough, and, like, with your much more level head, you can sweep him. And he ends up, like, on his back, like, humiliated. And he looks like he's gonna, like, jump up at you, and somebody else, like, comes out to grab him, like, no, that's enough. And they call it. And you win, and a lot of people just lost a lot of money.
I look up at Trish and wink at her.
Trish just says, "Oh, this is gonna be a problem," and Trish is smitten.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Was that correct? Okay. So, ding ding.
Collecting strings. Doo da doo da.
So, both of you will pay out on these fights. Someone will deliver to you, Julien, while you are having your drink with Evie Jane. A considerable sum, but not nearly as large as the one that Sawyer gets for winning against this guy. The bag of gold you get is, like, obnoxious.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I want to go to Hua and just whisper to them, as like, they were at the party. That's our
Thank you for that
guy.
information. Let's see what we can do about that. Well, it's not gonna say much beyond that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You guys notice that they, like, other competitors and stuff, like, resurface and, like, end up at different points in the bar, but this guy Regent that Sawyer fought doesn't come back out, but you do hear yelling outside. And I don't think any of you speak it because none of you are from there, but you recognize like a regional dialect of Larimar. You can hear there's like a verbal fight outside.
Ooh.
That eventually comes to like a clattering of a glass.
Yeah, I think that Trish is going to sort of like exchange glances with the others and try and nod like we should go check that out.
Yeah, let's go. Paul will never mind. Yeah. Paul will just follow out.
All right. So you guys just like peeking out the door, or are you gonna like blatantly present yourselves?
Can someone grab Julien off of Eve Jane? Just like peel them off.
Yeah, I think Trish will just grab Julien by like the collar and drag, and it's like, you can come too if you want, and just like,
Oh, you're leaving?
let's go.
Oh yeah.
Evie Jane, write me a postage mail.
It looks like she's gonna follow you. She hangs back for a minute. That will be continued. In a little bit. So yeah, I asked this and I totally forgot what y'all said. Are we peeking out or are we blatantly presenting we're peeking out? Okay.
Yeah, just peeking.
So what you can see, you can't see the whole scene, like you can't see who shattered the glass. But there's a bunch of people out here, and a lot of the yelling is coming from an older figure with very similar features to Regent. Absolutely just like screaming and laying it on him. And you guys don't know what they're saying.
Wait, they're beating up Regent?
Like verbally, like
okay.
like just like like you guys don't know what they're saying, but it's just like a like it's bad. You know that it's nasty. The tone is not good. He looks like angry and like fired up about it in response, like he doesn't like that he is getting yelled at for whatever is going on, and it's beyond bickering. They're fighting. It's a little bit like pushy shovey, but not entirely violent yet. And there are a few other people also hanging around them who don't seem like they want to intervene.
Yeah, I don't think it's our... I think it's... I think we need to wait and... We gotta tail Regent.
Yeah. Have they started leaving it, or are they just kind of still standing there?
They are like having this fight at some point in you guys standing here. They like one of them will eventually storm away.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much everybody else will like follow.
Because if we have the time, then Hua Tian would... I have a move called Divination that says when you have the time and safety to read the unseen truth of somebody present, describe your divination process and what makes it conspicuous. The GM will tell you something interesting about the person or the obstacles they face that they don't know.
Yeah, if you wanna divine on any of these people, you're welcome to. You just have to let me know who you're picking.
Regent. I'll
You're
divine
picking
Regent. Yeah.
Okay,
well,
cool.
Regent. Well, because they seem to have the most going on. They're getting yelled at too. You know, they're getting bullied by the parents. That is 13.
Boy. All right. What do you get to ask on a number that high?
It says the GM will tell you something interesting about the person or the obstacles they face that they don't know, then roll plus spirit. If you tell the truth, they clear a condition. If you lie, gain a string on them. Which I think means that if I just don't tell them, that's lying about it.
If you don't tell everyone else?
I think Regent specifically.
Oh.
Which is a very...
Okay, so you'll... Oh, okay, I see. So you'll get a string on him for knowing and not telling him that you know. I understand
basically.
Now. Okay, so the spirits whisper to you, say, this is an interesting one. What? Troubled. Green. They mean green like as in like fresh or like new. Green. His brother certainly seems unhappy with him. And they say this just as like the older person who was screaming at him storms away, and most of the people follow. He lights a cigarette and is smoking it outside after they leave. I'm trying to think what. So it's interesting in the obstacles that they face that they don't know. So basically, what you'll come to understand is like what this fight was about. The obstacle is what he was being yelled at about that isn't getting through his head because he's so eager to like make money, impress, be the best, always be ready, always be fighting. Is that like he was basically getting laid out for being like, we're here on a mission, you're gonna put yourself out there and you're not even gonna win. Like you're gonna risk our position in your in our kingdom's colors. You're gonna show everybody that you can act like an animal and then lose. So he's in hot water for not only like potentially like giving up like military position with like his friends who like decided to like do some of this with him, but also for like making a mockery of their home in this sense. And as you in like the eyes of like the superiors that are around him, which one was his brother. And so kind of as you get this information, he starts to trail off in a different direction than his peers.
Do some of you want to follow Regent and then some of us can follow the sibling? As far as I can tell, the rest are not happy with him, so they may be going to a different location with the princess. It seems like this was an unsanctioned fight.
I think it'd probably be best if Sawyer. I'm gonna follow the brother.
Okay. Does anyone want to split off and follow Regent, or does everybody want to follow the larger group?
I can follow Regent.
Okay.
You want somebody to go with you?
Where do you think you'd be most useful?
I do not know. I'm fine either way. It's just most of a, do you want somebody to go with you? Just in case or something.
Sounds like maybe no one go alone.
That would figure. So, same teams as last time. Have fun following the siblings.
Do our best.
I hand Julien some water.
Julien drinks it.
Nice.
This isn't a gin.
No. No, it is not.
Please don't secretly feed Julien alcohol.
We need to walk it off.
We slither it off.
Slither it off.
Cool. Wonderful.
Question.
I want to... Yeah.
With... Just going back to the smitten thing. Is there a question you have to answer?
Oh, yes, I do. Let me look up what that is. Oh, yes. So, what secret do you have that you think would make them reject you if they knew? And I think that, I mean, the secret that is sort of between us is that Trish is also in love with the princess.
This is what we would call an open secret. I think Trish is the only person that doesn't know.
No, I think Trish knows. I think Trish doesn't know everyone else knows, maybe, is the thing.
Denial is a great agent. Okay, so yeah, I think maybe you come to the realization that that conversation that you guys had back when you were traveling, that you didn't cover this up as well as you had thought. Your lie did not work as thoroughly as intended, and you know that Sawyer is onto you, and now your feelings conflict. You've known the princess for so long, right? And Sawyer in your head is like an outside figure, and like someone that like caught her attention so quickly that it might have been a spark of jealousy or confusion for you at a point when they originally met. So for you to feel like this smitten feeling for them is like very unsettling.
Cause I'm free. Free.
I think we can get to a point of wrap up soon, because what you guys find following Regent is pretty simple. Dude is walking, and after you guys go for a few blocks, you realize that he doesn't know where he's going, and like he has no destination. He just got like, you know, he just got into a huge, he's had a big night of adrenaline and a very big letdown, and it's like crashing on him, and he's not doing super well. And so you kind of like, he walks and walks and walks, and eventually he finds like an area that's like pretty empty with a bench, and you watch him sit down and start crying from afar.
Okay.
It's like ugly. It's like ugly.
All right.
But for
if
I
this
didn't know that you
isn't,
guys were gonna interfere in this.
oh,
I
I have a little bit of stuff I'd want to do in this scenario.
okay.
Trish is gonna just be like, all right, well, the good news is he's already feeling bad. And
Bad news is
she's,
he's useless.
oh, I wouldn't say that.
He's
And
crying on a bench.
Trish is gonna walk up to him and say, ooh, you're not a very good guard, because you left Prince Micah back at the coronation.
He looks at you. There's a few moments, and then recognition. He goes, "Why are you here?"
I'm going to give you 2 guesses.
I'm gonna make a roll. Oh my god!
He's an idiot.
I just rolled snake eyes.
He's an idiot.
No, I was the role was to see if he had a weapon back on him, or if he had forgotten it in a flurry of anger back at the bar. He goes to draw a dagger from his belt, and you watch him grab like at an empty like slot in a sheath, like something should very clearly be there and it's not. And then there's like a flash of panic in his eyes, and he thinks, and he goes, I know what you want. You can try to catch me. And he gets up and bolts.
At this, like, she's going to just move her arm, and her hidden sword comes out of her sleeve into her hand, and she takes off after him.
All right. Fatin, are you following them, or are you going to try to locate something else or someone else?
I think I'm gonna follow.
All right. So do you want to follow from like a more secluded position?
Okay, I'm like checking something. I'll try and go, I think, around, I guess is the best way, probably. Like, kind of circle around almost.
Oh, so you want to like try to cut it off?
Yeah.
Okay. That can be arranged. And we will get to that, I think, next week, because I just want to address what's happening on Sawyer and Julien's side. You guys follow, and even if you're seen, it's not suspicious because Julien is drunk. Like, you guys just look like, from like afar, you look like two people who were out drinking.
Oh, I'm going to put Julian's arm around my shoulders of just like, oh, I'm just taking them home. She just had too much to drink.
And you watch this group of soldiers. They like get like the like heat within them, and this like superior officer, it like starts to like slowly like chug down. But they are walking kind of like out of town. They're going beneath this trolley line up into this kind of production yard. And there's all different kinds of like what we would know as like a shipping container, but they're like more used for storage here, for mined coal and stuff like that. And there are some like big warehouses like for the larger scale production of things like streetlights and stuff like that out here. You watch them come out here. It's a little bit more difficult to hide. So I'm gonna say you guys duck behind one of these containers. And you watch them walk into another. And that is where I think I'm going to end the episode today. That was super fun. I loved that. We're going to do some outros so everybody can know where you can find us. And I am going to let our birthday girl take it first.
Okay. I am Erin Tierney. I'm a game designer and performer and many more things. And I am on Twitter at VeilsEdgeGames.com, or not .com, just Veils Edge Games. And you can also find my games on Veils Edge Games on itch.
Yeah. AJ, where can we find you?
Hi, my name is AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. You can also find me at Hive as Husha Kid. I am pulling up the script that I usually read because I don't know it in my head. I am a video editor, TTRPG performer, transcriber, voice actor, variety streamer, and stream technician. Right now, you can commission me to do holiday greetings as "Oh boy, Mickey Mouse." It's just $5. Tip my Ko-fi. Tell me what you want me to say, and I will give you an audio file that you could just send to your friends. Also, today's music has been brought to you by, once again, Michael Gelfi Studios on YouTube and on Patreon.
And Theta, where can we find you doing stuff?
Hi, I'm Theta. You can find me on the internet at Bing Sujung on Twitter, where I mostly just talk about TTRPGs and, school. The Eternal Pain in My Ass. I can also be found in the new year on Unwavering Force podcast, which is a Star Trek podcast. No, Star Wars podcast. God damn it. I like to talk about Star Trek more than Star Wars, but I'm somehow on a Star Wars podcast. God knows why. And whatever else I'll be on in during the new year, but not near enough to announce it.
And Mark.
What's up, y'all? Name is Mark J. When I'm not here on Take Your Role doing this cool ass character, Julien, you can find me on Ever Up Adventures, all POC actual play podcasts. If you want to hear me say more blurty stuff that doesn't make sense, hit me up in More Than Mary on Twitter or Venom DMJ on Hive.
I am Max. You can find me anywhere that I want you to find me on the internet at Arcane Goth. Right now, I am coming as my fans, and by my fans, I mostly mean my friends, are very excited to hear a break do not hit me up in January. I am not working, except for at my other 2 jobs. You can find me back in streaming stuff in February. But before that, you can find me on December 30th doing a charity one-shot with Becca, who's running chat right now, and Layla, who is also an employee of this channel, and a few other folks. It's going to be some high society nonsense, more details to be announced in the coming week. Also, happy Hanukkah. It's the middle of Hanukkah for me. And happy holidays to the Christmas people, like the other majority of the world that's coming up this weekend. And other than that, good night, everybody.